I'm Paul Couchman and I do historic food dining experiences and I do food courses as well. All taking place in this wonderful Regency Town House kitchen, which is in the basement of the building. So I've spent the last 2 weeks teaching people how to make Christmas puddings, and I thought I'd teach you how to make a Christmas pudding too. The difference is we're going to do it in a pudding cloth, which is kind of fun. From about 1600, people started using pudding cloth, so it was a new technology. Up into about sort of the mid 1800s, they stopped using them. So we're going back to this period. When I did it with the group, they loved it. So what you get is a nice sort of fuggy smell going through the whole kitchen when you cook the pudding. And also they can take the pudding home with them then. So they get a little pudding cloth. They made 4 each. And that's the recipe I'm going to be showing today. So to make Eliza Acton's Christmas pudding, there's a whole range of ingredients. I'll just run you through them. So we've got flour, breadcrumbs, suet, raisins, currants, minced apple, sugar, and I've got brown sugar here, candied orange rind, which I like to make myself. I haven't today, but it's a fantastic thing to do. I've got grated nutmeg, I've got some mace, I've got salt, brandy, eggs, and there's some pudding cloths which we're going to use as well, which is in a pile here as well. So that's all we need, and these little basins as well. The method's really easy. All these ingredients you have to put in a bowl. So I've got a bowl here, and I should say I always say something about the things we're using. This is a beautiful old mixing bowl that was given to us by a cook in Tunbridge Wells, like a lot of the stuff we've got. So it has history to it. And when I did the course, I've got this really big, I might get it actually, I've got this really big mixing bowl that we used. So we had we did 32 puddings. I had 8 people on the course, and we mixed all the ingredients together in this big bowl. But I mean, today we won't need the big one, we've got the small one. So all the ingredients there go into here. Okay, so first I put in 53 grams of plain flour. Some finely grated breadcrumbs, which the best way of doing this is putting some bread in the oven, some old bread or some fresh bread, toasting it for about 20 minutes, and then grating it up yourself. I've got some suet. In this recipe I've used suet that hasn't got any meat in it, so you get vegan suet, which is great, and I don't really think you taste the difference. What else have we got? Some raisins over here. They go in, so raisins, let's have a quick look. 106 grams of raisins. Got currants, and again it's the same quantity, 106 grams of currants. So I've got apples, which I've minced up. Let's put those in. Brown sugar. So I've used a soft brown sugar. In the original recipe it just says sugar, but I wanted to have a bit of darkness to the pudding, so I chose dark sugar. And what's interesting, they used to call sugar either wet or dry, or moist actually, so this brown sugar was called in some recipes moist sugar. So that's something to look out for. When you see moist sugar, it usually means brown, soft brown sugar. So we've got some candied peel. Candied peel is dead easy. It's great if you eat a lot of oranges, so you just peel the oranges and keep the peel in the fridge. This is what I do anyway. And when you want to cook it, you take the peel and cut it into strips, and then boil it 3 different times in water. So you bring the water from cold to boiling. It takes the bitterness off the peel, and then you make a sugar syrup, and you put the peel into the sugar syrup, and you cook it for about 45 minutes. The sugar goes into the peel, and then you dry it on a drying rack, as you would drying a cake. And then you can keep it. You just throw some sugar over the top of it, and then you keep it for, it lasts a good few months then. So candied orange rind. We've got some nutmeg, which is here. I'm just going to grind this in. I prefer to do it fresh because and you can smell, it smells beautiful. and some mace, which is, I've said before, I think, when I was doing the pickling video, mace is very 18th century. Mace is the outer casing. I've got some here actually. So it's the outer casing of nutmeg. And there's the nutmeg, and so these two go together. So nutmeg is in the middle and the mace is on the outside. So they've gone in together. And surprisingly, a lot of people said we don't use any other spices. It's just the mace and just the nutmeg in this. So it's actually quite a pure pudding. I've got some salt I've got to add. So just a pinch of salt, just to improve the flavour. Because salt and sugar always go well together in recipes. I've got some eggs, so I'll crack the eggs in as well. And I'll just show you this as well, because this is an old-fashioned, if I can hold it up. Oop. So this is an old-fashioned egg holder. So, traditionally, these were hung up. And you hang them up to protect them from rats and things like that might have been in your kitchen. We don't have rats in our kitchen, but it's quite a fun thing to use. It looks very pretty. So I'm going to pop those eggs in. And then I've got some brandy, which I've got here as well, which just makes a lovely noise when it opens. It's lovely smell as well. So there's some brandy in there, and I'll pour a bit of that in here. So once all the ingredients are in the bowl, we just give it a good stir. I think I've said earlier, I'll say it again then. We stir from east to west, clockwise direction, because it's lucky. And if you stir it in the other direction, I won't do it, but if you stir in the other direction, it's really unlucky. And what's great about this kitchen, east to west is really easy to know, because up there you've got Brunswick Street east, and over there you've got Brunswick Street west. So I know which way east and west is all the time. Once the pudding's done, we're going to put it into the pudding cloths in the little pudding bowls. So if you were here, you could smell the pudding, which is going to cook for an hour in the steam. And I'm going to take them out of the steam. And it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to give them a good yank. And then we're going to take them out of the pudding cloths and put them onto a little plate. And I think we'll put some brandy over the top. And I could go out and get some holly as well from the gardens at the front, and that would look amazing. And then we can watch the flames on the pudding, and then it can really feel like it's Christmas. So for me, it's been really special this year to do these courses, Christmas courses, in this basement, in this kitchen basement. We've recreated the tastes of the past. We've gone back to old recipes, and we've made the pudding that they probably would have made in the house here, you know, this sort of time of the year. So for me, it's a proper end to the year, proper Christmas tradition that we've brought to life. Merry Christmas.